The multinational security support MSS mission in Haiti, spearheaded by the Kenya police officers, have entered a new and aggressive phase in its mandate to restore peace and law and order in the Caribbean nation. 1 year since the deployment of the first Kenyan peace team, MSS Commander and Senior Assistant Inspector General of Police Godfrey Odunge announced a major strategic shift aimed at tackling the root of Haiti's security nightmare. Organized and heavily armed gangs have brought much to Port-au-Prince to its knees. In a speech delivered during the mission's first anniversary on the Thursday, Commander Odunge confirmed that the peacekeeping force would begin establishing forward operation base FOBs within the key hotspot across the Haitian capital. These bases are designed to enable deeper intelligence collection, quicker response, emergency, and a strong territorial control in areas currently under gang occupation. The commander emphasized the new bases are a cornerstone of a broader, smarter, and more coordinated campaigns to dismantle the networks of the criminal gangs that have taken over strategic infrastructure, including police stations, government buildings, and key transit routes. According to MSS planners, these gangs have also infiltrated and disrupted the local economic, healthcare service, and humanitarian operations, leaving millions of civilians in dire straits. Odunge stressed the new strategy was only about military might, but only about outsmarting the gangs through strategic intelligence work, community engagement, and precise operations that could avoid civilian casualty. He hailed the multinational peacemakers for their resilience, noting that they had emerged a beacon of hope for millions of Haitians who have lived under fear, violence, and displacement for years. At the core of the new initiative is the idea of proximity, being physically closer to the affected communities to understand their needs, prevent gang resurgence, and provide 24/7 support and surveillance. Officers will now rotate through community teams, intelligence unit, and rapid response squads that will be dispatched for the new forward bases. The MSS commander acknowledged the logistical and financial challenges still facing the mission, promising that efforts are being made to address resources gaps that have hindered the full deployment of personnel and equipment in the recent months. Odunge also took the opportunity to thank the international partners supporting the mission, specifically naming the United States, United Kingdom, Spain, Dominican Republic, and Japan for their technical and financial assistance. The mission has received advanced surveillance equipment, humanitarian aid packages, armored vehicles, and funding for infrastructure development in areas secured by the peacemakers. In a bid to strengthen accountability within the peacekeeping team itself, MSS recently launched a complaint report mechanism aimed at documenting and responding to any instance of misconduct, including allegation of sexual exploitation, abuse of power, and human rights violation. Odunge emphasized that the mission would not tolerate any form of abuse by its personnel and encourage civilians to report concerns without fear of retaliation. While the mission marks an important milestone, it is also overshadowed by the unresolved fate of Benedict Kaberu, a Kenyan police officer who went missing 3 months ago during an operation in southern region about 92 kilometers north of Port-au-Prince. The incident occurred during a high-risk security sweep from an unknown gang hideout. Kabiru was last seen engaging hostile elements before losing radio contact. Despite multiple search operations by both MSS unit and local Haitian forces, Kabiru's fate remains unclear. His family has continued to call on the Kenyan government to expedite its investigation and recover his remains, especially after conflicting reports about emerged about what happen. On March 27, the Haitian Presidential Transition Council issued a statement suggesting that Kabiru had been killed during the operation and then gang members took away his body. However, no concrete evidence have been presented to confirm this version of events, as MSS officials have refrained from closing the case, stating that only investigations are still ongoing. Haitian has been teetering on the edge of collapse since the assassination of President Jovenel Moise in 2021, which had created a power vacuum and allowed criminal gangs to seize unprecedented control. These gangs have since multiplied in numbers and sophistications, often outgunning the local police and terrorizing civilians in both urban and rural areas.